Hi friends, Roxanne Steed here. I have a little project that I am in the middle of working on. I want to talk to you about. Let me toggle down and I'll show you. It's all about embellishing your watercolors with a little bit of ink. So let me toggle down, show you what we're talking about. I think you're going to like this one. So I've got this nice little watercolor initial. I have filled this, I drew a big R and then I filled it, because it's my name, Roxanne, and I filled it in with some crabapple blossoms. And I like it just fine. It's really pretty, but I am somebody who likes texture a lot. And some of the things that I like to do are embellish my sketchbooks with little edges of vines and leaflets, even a little bird sitting in here on the vine. It's kind of fun. Sometimes I don't embellish, with any edges or trim. I just leave the picture as they are. That's fun also. But again, sometimes just a little definition is really neat. So I love this feeling of vines with leaves and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add just a little bit of texture with this. And you can use, I think in this one, I have used my Lamy fountain pen with some DeAtramentis Document Ink. So it's permanent, so you can paint over and it won't run. You can also use Pigma Micron pens by Sakura. They're really good for this kind of a project. They're kind of different thicknesses, so you can choose how heavy a line that you want. But I think this is what I used on here before. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to just start out by making my vine just surround this outer edge. And so if it's a little bit, you get a little nick or bump or a divot, some tree branches have those little kind of, vines and twigs have those little bumps and sticks in them. So I'm going to just bring this around like I'm creating a vine. I'm going to have it come off of the end of my letter. I'm going to finish off in a little curl. Maybe there's some leaves. Maybe there's some other little twiglets that come off of the branch. And I'm going to have some little leafy bits that come off of here. So I like those. So it's almost like you're continuing parts of that tree that this grew out of. And I'm going to make them go in different directions. One of the things I teach my classes is that you wouldn't believe it, but randomness is kind of difficult. I think we're wired to have everything just symmetrical. So it's hard to make our brains do, things that are just random. So I'm going to continue on and make some branches go in different directions. Excuse me. Little curly vines, little curly things that come off of certain vines. Little leaves. So already this is kind of fun. I'm liking how this is turning out. So I'm going to extend this off of here. Do a little curl that comes around. And then I'm going to have, well, let's finish off this. I'm already getting excited about the next part. So where this crosses, I'm going to have this one come underneath and do some little nicks and bumps like a natural twig or vine would have. Bring this around. So I'm going to have it kind of come under there. And now I'm going to have another one come out. So some of the places I'll have smooth, and then I'll have some of the bumps like a rough spot in a limb. And where this comes out, I'm going to have this shoot off like that. Just like it's the end of a limb. I might have that curl off in that direction. Let's bring this down here on this bottom part and throw in a couple of little rough bumpity places. Bring this out here. And let's get this little bottom. I might have the bottom one peeking out from under here. Let's maybe make it curl off that way. And then I'll bring this last limb down here. A couple of little rough places. Then I'm going to have this come out from under here. And then, I'm looking at this inside, and I probably want to have something in here. I'm kind of imagining it as I go along. So let's bring this down here, because it'll just look like more parts of the, the stems that make up the, well, stems on twigs and limbs that make up these crabapple trees. So we're also going to put leaves all around the outer edges out here. So all it takes is a tiny bit of imagination. You can actually go, if you don't have these trees growing in your region, you can look them up online, look up crabapples and crabapple blossoms, and have a look at, the stems, what the stems look like. So let's bring in some little tendrils and leafy bits. I'm going to keep this a little bit closer in, not extend it out quite so far. And I'm going to have leaves kind of going in both directions. And little vine twists. Maybe I'll make that a leaf after all. We'll come back in. And let's put a little curly thing off of here. Do another little leaflet here. And a couple in this direction. Maybe one of those little viney twists. Now we'll come around the outside of here. So every so often I stop and look at the whole thing as a whole and see, am I getting, a little too crazy with the leaves? Is there something else that it needs? How can I mix it up just a bit? And it's funny, it's really hard to fight that that inclination that we have to be symmetrical and have everything balanced. I think our brain is just wired to do that. So to come up with these little random bits, it really takes some thought and a little bit of focus. Let's bring that one up, that direction. Let's bring a couple of things in here. Maybe a little leaflet there. We'll make this one kind of overlap a little bit. So the fun thing about this is that, once you are done inking this in, you can fill it with watercolor to complement the design that you already have, or you can leave it plain, just the ink. There's just something really beautiful about these black ink lines. That was a little heavier than some of these others, so let's see, what can I do? I don't want these two exact things together, so let's give that one 3 leaves. Let's think about how I want to put these together. Let's have some going in this direction facing it. And some that are small. So as I look back and I'm, trying to see, how things balance, I think I want a couple, since I've got some heavy ones here and I've got a couple heavier ones there, I think I would like to beef up a couple of these and down here as well. Give them a little more body. Just a few of them. Okay, I like the balance of that. So there you have it. Just some fun ink lines. Oh, you know what? I left off the little birdie. So I'm going to make one little twiglet. Where can I do that? Let's see. Let's bring that one little twig right from in here. And I'm just going to bring the silhouette of a bird So I have his little bird body and his little beak. We don't want to get it too thick or it'll look like a duck beak. Little tail, and there we have it. So I'm gonna go make some dinner and think about, whether I want to watercolor in some of the leaves. I can just bring in some of these greens here to bring out there. Maybe bring in some brown for the twigs. We'll see how it goes. So thanks for watching along. If you like this little quick, tiny demo, tiny tutorial, then give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.